Dave, in Education Watch 10, Indiana State University officials say they are closely watching Indianapolis this legislative session. That's because the state budget now in the Senate could work against the university.
1 week ago today, Purdue University President Mitch Daniels announced that he had frozen Purdue's tuition. News 10's Patsy Kelly is in the studio tonight. She begins our Education Watch team coverage. Patsy, any word on what's going to happen at ISU?
Well, Mark, Patrice, ISU leaders say it's too early to tell what might happen to the school tuition. I sat down with one university official to find out how this thing could pan out. Diane McKee is Vice President of Business Affairs and Finance at ISU. She says historically most institutions raise their tuition every 2 years. It's a state requirement. But with unavoidable increases in utility costs and healthcare costs for school employees, it's difficult to cut back. The school has initiatives so students won't feel the financial blow. But over the past 6 or 7 years, ISU has lost about $10 million in state funding.
Certainly, probably one of the major factors, particularly for our institution, has been loss of state funding. As the state they've not been in the position over the last several biennia to really put any new dollars in higher education.
The school is very mindful of affordability so students can financially afford to attend ISU. But they're not making any decisions until the state has their say.
We're very cognizant of all of those issues. However, we really feel we need to wait until the General Assembly has concluded the budget writing session, which will determine what our funding level might be from the state for the next 2 years. So once that has concluded, then we will work with our trustees to determine what level of tuition increase we might have.
But McKee says 2 years ago the school chose to roll back their tuition increase.
For this past year, students had there was a 1.5% increase in tuition, which certainly was below the cost of what inflation indicators that you might see out there.
School leaders say ISU is still the most affordable state-funded university. Officials say they work to keep costs low.